FM. Follow at radyo-katipunan in our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Mga Atinista, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM. Good morning, Ateneo. Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo. Energize your day with the lively, funny, and lovely tandem of Mir de los Santos and Tats Kiblat. Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo! Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Tuesdays to Fridays. Good morning, Ateneo! Your mornings will never be the same again. Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring, yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio. Every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
catch us on
New Wave, surfing through the latest on our shores.
Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there! and good afternoon. It's your midweek gang who's always ready to hang, coming at you live through radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. I'm Max,
And I'm Austin.
and this is New
New
Wave.
Wave.
All right, so I hope you guys are keeping healthy, especially now. Sometimes, though, it is really nice to indulge in sweets and snacks. Am I right, Austin?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, basically, the last few weeks, me and my mom's actually been ordering a lot of like cookies and all these other nice sweet treats because like we're always at home, and with the pandemic, like you always find yourself snacking. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? We can indulge and be healthy at the same time. So today, before we welcome our guest, our local find kind of just does that. So SoCal Recipes is a home-based business which puts a twist on our staple sweet favorites by making them wholesome baked goods. So joining us today is Sophie Tolentino, who apart from being an org active college student, puts the so in SoCal as she manages their social media accounts and assists in their operations. And for a fun fact, she gets stuck with me in traffic and has cried with me almost every day of college. So please welcome So.
Hi
Hi Soph,
everyone.
how
Good
are
Hey.
you? Good
afternoon.
afternoon. So tell us about SoCal Recipes and how you got the idea for it. And as a fun fact, tell us how the name came about also, because that's a pretty cute story.
Okay, so SoCal is actually blended from the name of me and my sister. So I said I'm Sophie and my sister's name is Kala. So you put Sophie and Kala together and it's SoCal. So the reason why it's named that way, I guess, would be the main like brain behind this would be my mom because she's been working in the food and beverage industry for over 15 years now. So SoCal Recipes is born out of that, her love for food, as well as our whole family's love for food because all the products or all the things we offer in SoCal really have to be first tested and approved by me and Kala and also my dad
Nice.
as well. So that's really where the name came from. But we started officially operating in the pandemic around June 2020. And I think this is really spurred on by my mom because, as mentioned, she's been working in the food and this in beverage industry. But then it was really in the pandemic where she was able to sort of explore and experiment on her own. So she really wanted to take like staple or like very family like staple sweets for the family, such as a chocolate chip cookie, and sort of revamp it and make it her own. And also by contributing or giving options to those in the market who really want to be more healthy. So that's really where the concept came from.
It's really cool that you guys actually have this whole it seems very homemade, and it has that authenticity, like mother's best. Like, it really has that vibe. And I was wondering, like, what are some of the best things you have on the menu, or some things like you highly recommend to people who are first time orderers?
Okay. So as mentioned, like we really try everything out before we officially post it. But I guess my bias, my own personal favorite would be the first cookie we released. It's called the eggless brown butter cookie. So as mentioned, it's basically a revamped chocolate chip cookie. So inside, of course, there are chocolate chips, and as mentioned, it's eggless. So that makes it also a more healthier alternative. So we also added chia seeds in it, which makes it more healthy because chia is a good source of protein as well. We also added walnuts to the basic chocolate chip recipe. So it really is the first thing we released, and it's been a staple, and it's everyone's first cookie or the first thing they try to order, and it really sticks. So that's something I personally would recommend to anyone who would like to try.
Would you say that your products are really like you'd say they're very good for, let's say, pescatarians or vegans?
Actually, our products would be good for lacto vegetarians because not exactly for vegans and pescatarians. They have a specific niche. Niche would be the lacto vegetarians because these it's basically the egg component of the cookie that we took out, which makes it okay or like suitable for these people who follow this diet.
That's
All
really
right.
cool.
Nice. So, on that note, where can we find you and how far do you deliver? How can we order?
Okay, you can find us on Instagram and on Facebook, of course, SoCal Recipes. I'll link it as well in the comments later. For deliveries, we're based in the South, as Max has mentioned. We carpool together back when on-site was a thing. But
What a
then
time.
we have delivered as far as Katipunan, as you see. And it's really about scheduling because my mom couldn't be here with us today because she also works. So she works further north in BGC. So these like deliveries can be arranged as well. If you're a customer who wants to try from the north, yeah, we will be there. We can make it there.
Ooh, that's perfect because I live in the north, so it'd be great to be able to still get those amazing cookies.
Did you bring any today, Soph?
Actually, I did. So I'll just show you. I guess this is because we offer three sizes. So they range in cookies in a pouch would be six cookies in. And we also have a tub of 10. So this is an example of the tub. So 10 cookies can fit in here. And our biggest size would be a baker's tub of 13 cookies. So I actually have some of the my personal favorite, which is called the eggless brown butter cookies. So I guess to give you, I don't know, to show you guys a bit. So this is the texture, or I don't know if you can see it, but as mentioned, there are chocolate chips and walnuts and chia seeds. So the chia is actually something that we include in our other cookies as well, because we really take out the egg in all of them. So the chia for me is really a factor that I want to highlight because it gives the extra crunch or the surprise factor when you're eating the cookie, because the natural texture would be, of course, it's chewy. It's a chewy chocolate chip cookie, but then the contrast of the chia really makes it different and makes it more fun. It's like a surprise in every bite. So yeah.
But would you say that the chia seeds adds like a different taste, or would you say it's more about the texture of the chia seeds that adds a kind of different a kind of game changer in changing like the original recipe of the chocolate chip cookie?
For me, it's really more of the texture. In terms of taste, for this specific cookie, my personal bias, we brown the butter. So that's where the taste sort of changes as well. Because the act of browning butter, which would be to melt it first before like incorporating it in the batter, gives it a more stronger or more rich sort of taste. So there are small things that my mom has changed as well with the normal process and the added ingredients for the chocolate chip cookie. So for the chia, like just the chia, it's more on texture in my opinion.
All right. You know what? That really just made me crave for cookies because I remember when I had some earlier in the pandemic and it was so good. It's so nice to snack on those cookies and know that okay, these are healthy too. So that's great. So thank you, Soph. Make sure to invite everyone to get cookies from you, and don't forget to leave your socials on the comment section so that people know where to find SoCal recipes.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Soph. All right. So up next is a friend to me and to Radio Katipunan. So joining us today on this episode of New Wave is multi-talented singer, songwriter, actress, host, and according to her Instagram, Chef Rano, the recipient of not one but two Aliw Awards for the categories of Best Classical Performer and Best Female Crossover Performer is Miss Lara Maigue. Hi, Ate Lara. You can turn on your camera.
Hi guys. Hi Max. Hi Cool.
Hi.
I
Hello,
want
hello.
cookies now. I want cookies now because I know Sophie explained it so well and I might contact her later.
Ooh,
Hi guys, how
yay.
are you?
We're good. How are you?
I'm very good. I think I'm very used to Zoom interviews now. I mean by now maybe, right?
Right.
It's been a while.
So how have you
Exactly.
been actually keeping up with the whole pandemic and everything that's been going on?
Um, well, I think I've adjusted well already. And last year at first it was really difficult to be your own DJ, your own
Yes.
tech person. But I got the hang of it, and now it's just like, oh, I have a Zoom interview. I'll prepare 5 minutes before. Hindi naman ganon. But wait, guys, can I just say hi to Team Lara? I think they're
Of course.
watching in the comment section below. They've been supporting me like full on since last year. So if you're gonna ask me talaga how I survived as a performer last year, especially, it's because of Team Lara. So please Max and Austin, you say hi to Team Lara, please.
Hi, Team Lara.
Hello.
We'll get to even more comments later. But, before we start the interview properly, I just wanted to say you were one of the last people we saw on campus before the lockdown. Because I think Ateneo stopped classes like a week earlier. And we had a show that week, and then we bumped into you. That was the last time we were ever at the booth.
Oh
You were
my
recording
gosh.
something.
Yeah, yes. I'm always there. I think Jescom is my go-to recording place, and I do hear you guys a lot in that area. So oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, we did see each other. Yes.
But yeah, it seems like such a long time ago. Like, do you ever like think about those like past years and like maybe like how you were in like the early years before the pandemic and like how life was?
You know what? Uh, I actually stopped posting a lot, too many throwbacks already. I think all of us were just posting throwbacks the past, since last year. And and when I stopped, hindi man completely stopped posting throwbacks, but I decided it's time to move on and to move forward, and I wanna come out stronger in this pandemic, and because it's very hard for everybody, naman.
Of
But it's
course.
very hard also for the live scene, because it's really wala na eh. But I have no regrets with everything I did pre-pandemic. I was living a busy life, but also 2020 also taught me how to really like slow down and spend time with your family, and you only live once.
Yes.
So yeah, but now I can say I'm it's a balanced life. A balanced life, except for another, except for food, because I
Of
love
course.
food, and as Max mentioned a while ago, you saw in my Instagram the chefrano side of me. So I think that's what I really discovered last year. I had more time to cook, eh. So yeah, let's get to that later.
Yes, we will definitely get to that later. So before we get to Chef Rano, let's start with how you got to soprano. So from the very beginning, what made you decide to pursue singing as a career?
Oh, so I was born into a very musical family. I say very musical because my parents met at the UP College of Music, kapitbahay of Ateneo. Um, and so they met there. They were classmates, and my mom needed a conductor for her recital, and it ended up in a marriage and
Wow.
4 kids. And my brother and I, we took up music in college. But my other sisters, we're all from UP. My other sister is a dancer. She is from sports science in UP, and my other sister, our bunso, is fine arts. So everybody in the arts. But yeah, I mean, I think I followed my mom's footsteps. So it wasn't forced, but and I really wanted to take up music in college. So that's why the soprano thing. I think I never had a plan B. I always wanted to be like my mom.
So speaking of your mom, we know that she was like your first voice teacher. So given that, how different is it to work with family, especially when it comes to training?
Hmm. So at first, my mom knew that it would be difficult for um her to, not naman force, but to teach her children, target music. So what she did was she invited the neighbors and she made it like playtime, voice lessons or like playtime. It was a group. It was
Oh,
sort of
wow.
group voice lesson, and it never felt like something that we were forced in. And then I and from there, I think I was 13. Oh, I was 12 when I actually told my mom, uh, I want to have lessons with you. I actually told
Wow.
her that, and I thought at first it would be difficult, but I really wanted it, and it turned out, my mom was my best teacher. But we were, being, them being in music, we were all encouraged, not really encouraged, but kind of nazi'd to to take up piano lessons. And that's difficult. If your parents, I mean, like, if they're your teachers, maybe that's a bit difficult kasi libre magalit. I mean, isn't that true?
Yeah.
And then whenever I would practice, and I would keep on I mean, I would play the wrong notes. I'd find myself crying after a while because my mom would
Oh.
be like, but it shaped me to be the person I am now, the performer I am now. The discipline that I got from that, from piano lessons, from voice lessons, truly, paid off. And I wish I had more. Like, I wish I had more lessons in piano. But yeah, it's different for everybody when it comes to, parents being your teachers in music, and a lot of pressure going into college of music,
For sure.
college of music, because everybody was there, like my uncle, my
Wow.
dad, my mom, my brother. So if I don't get in, I'm like,
Yeah,
kakahiya.
I'll be like, oh no.
But
So
yeah,
much pressure, but yeah.
I was actually wondering, since you come from a family of such like singers and performers, and your mom was like your teacher, and you guys have like such a unique relationship. Do you guys ever have that problem of balancing out, maybe like when you guys would get heated in how she'd tutor you or how she'd teach you? Do you guys ever have those, like, you guys would have to, maybe you guys get too heated at each other?
Mm. Of course, that cannot be avoided. Getting to each other's nerves. And I remember, when I have to perform with my mom, like duets, it would be hard to rehearse with her. We would fight.
Oh no.
Like, people, no, but it's like we learned how to deal with it. And people think they say that when you're in a musical family, you'd be like the Sound of Musical. You just burst out into a song, and like,
Isn't it like that
but it's
sometimes?
The Von Traps.
it is, but not as colorful and cheerful. It's just like someone would do second voice or whatever. But uh, yeah, it there would be days where it would be really difficult to work with my mom, but in the end, I would realize na parang she's the best person to sing with,
Oh.
and and I feel very, very lucky to have my mom as my kaduet and my teacher as well at the same time. Yeah.
Nice,
I wanted to
nice.
ask Maxine. I wanted to ask Maxine, how about
Oh.
you? With your do you understand where I'm coming from, or
Yeah, I kind of felt that also. I remember I used to practice piano with my dad, and then yeah, but
okay, let's end there.
hi dad. Okay, yeah. Well, but anyway,
Gino.
anyway, since we're talking about things that we've learned, what skills have you learned on stage and off stage that have helped you with your career?
Skills. It's really PR skills. Really, being a performer, you really have to know how to talk to your audience. and
For sure.
on stage and off stage. And that's a skill you'll develop really by, you know, doing it often. And I think any skill naman, you really have to put so many hours into it. You have to especially, being a classical musician, practice is, my gosh, you really have to
Yes.
dedicate a few hours a day for practice alone. So with the PR skills that I'm saying, I started with um, writing down my spiels, and because I really wanted to, to really know how to capture my audience. And when you're so nervous sometimes, and when you're thinking of your songs, sometimes you wouldn't, you would run out of things to say. But
Yes.
I started with, planning everything, and then and then after a while, I got used to it, and I feel so comfortable. I do hosting events now, and yeah, it's something that, that's not singing, that's not related to music, but I'm sure you guys can relate. I mean, you guys are natural naman, being hosts
Oh,
on
thank you.
Oh, thank
radio and
you.
events. But I'm sure when the first time you had to do it, you were a bit nervous,
For
diba?
sure.
So
Definitely. I think I even still
yeah.
get, butterflies in my stomach every now and then before the show. Yeah.
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 Especially when you feel like, oh gosh, I need to plan like as much as I can, but then online it just seems a little more unpredictable because you don't know when the people you're hosting with are going to lag out. You don't know when you're going
That's
to
so
lag out,
true. You
right?
have
Like
to
they
know how to
just
stretch when,
exactly.
when your guests can't enter the Zoom.
And
So
also
yeah,
you have to like work on all the tech stuff yourself. Like if something happens wrong, like it's
That's
kind of
right.
you have to fix it, right? Yeah.
I know. And when you have to really know to control you to not worry about the things you can't control anymore, but
Mhm.
you also have to be
Exactly.
prepared. You have to have a plan B, plan C. But yeah, I am sure you can relate very
But
much.
did you have like a really bad experience where like maybe it was a really bad technical problem and like it was so hard for you to fix it?
Um, I think the my worst nightmare for any online event is, I've sung the whole song and no one's telling me that they can't hear me pala.
Oh my god.
Or like the music is not playing or whatever, or my internet is bad. I haven't had a really bad experience naman so far, but there were times when the host of the show,
Yes.
his internet would go bad, and I would end up hosting his show.
Oh
I
my
think Team
gosh.
Lara knows that, because there was one time that this host was like having internet problems, and he was freezing, and everybody was saying cap it," and I'm like, okay guys.
Here we go.
So that happened. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I
at
think that
least
was the worst thing.
that's a very useful skill though. So I'll ask you more about the other things you do like hosting and acting a little later on. But right now on the topic of singing, how have you been coping with like keeping your voice in good shape like right now that we're doing all of the shows on Zoom? Like do you still have vocal training online or are there exercises you do every day?
Well, as a singer, and I've been singing most of my life, I know my voice so well. And if I have to sing in an interview, um, and it depends on the song that I'm singing. If it's a classical, if it's opera, I really have to get the notes there first. I really have to go in front of the piano and really access those notes, especially if it's early in the morning. Oh my gosh, that happened many times.
Oh my god.
But the only I think the good thing about, you know um, uh, all these online events and online performances, because I do regular streams sometimes. I mean, I do regular streams, and if you sing every day, that's already vocal training. You don't stop singing. Actually, it's when you rest for a while, sometimes it's hard to go back to it, and then you to get the technique back again, and so uh like for this one, I just have to eat first at a certain hour, and then and then um and then just I mean, it's different. I think the preparation is more of like fixing myself up and
My
not the
gosh.
voice anymore.
But that's
Because
part of the fun, like doing your makeup, which highlight or which lipstick am I going to use today? It's all part of it.
oh yeah, Austin,
Yeah.
can you relate? No,
Well,
like he can
maybe
just say like
another
what
time.
light I'm using.
Or maybe what type of gel I use. I think that's the most I can kind
Yeah.
of relate.
I know. It's but I think all of us now have a setup of a go-to
Yes.
set. We have the setup already, so it's not as the preparation is not as like I mean unlike last year where we were all figuring out what gadgets to use.
For sure.
So I hope I answered your question about vocal training. I mean, I think it's just really singing every day still, putting aside time for that. Unless if I have a big a recording coming up, like classical recording, I really have to be in front of the piano and vocalize every day.
So, how many hours do you spend like every morning vocalizing? You'd say.
Um. Okay. It depends on my activity for the day now. Since um, if I have a day full of activity, I mean like interviews or if I have a stream in the evening, I have to limit it to 30 minutes to 45 minutes for practice alone. Kasi I'll get pagod eh. If it's too long. But yeah, it should be more. Like it should be, but I think I'm my age is already, I am so my body's so used to um that kind of training already. So it's on the mature side na, unlike before.
Well, I feel like you make it work. So,
So we have a few comments from the audience. So first, hello to Gregorio Atienza from all of us.
Oh,
and
hello, Sir Greg.
And from Sir Lester Mendiola, one of our friends in Radio Katipunan, he said, last time I saw Lara, with awards pa at New Frontier, missing live
Oh my
events
gosh,
so much.
Lester. Hi, Lester. Yes, missing people so much too.
Yes, for sure. And last from John Joshua Fernandez, a blessed Wednesday to you, Miss Lara Maigue. Stay safe and always pray. Keep on singing and use it to glorify our Heavenly Father.
Definitely. Thank you, Josh.
wow, Miss Lara, you have so many fans.
They're we all love music. That's what brought us all together.
But yeah, actually, I was just wanted to ask about like your journey in the music industry and like as a lover of music, because to our audience who doesn't know, Miss Maigue has actually been the recipient of not one but two Aleo Awards in 2017 and 2018. Um, and I remember you won in 2017 for the category of Best Classical Performer. I was wondering like what was the story of how you got the award and like how did it feel like getting the award that year?
Um, that was my first award as a classical singer, so that really meant so much to me. And it was it also meant so much because I graduated late in college. Because in UP College of Music or in any conservatory or music school in the Philippines, it's hard to graduate on time because your college is so small, and then there are a lot of prerequisites. And if in UP, if it's So and this is making an excuse why I spent 8 years in college. But it's yeah, that was just a wonderful feeling, and I'm always be grateful to all the awards, and there's so many good classical singers. That's why I mean it's such an honor to be selected as the recipient for that year. So
And
yeah, it's
I mean, it
wonderful.
must have been like really cool too that you won the following year under like best female crossover performer, right?
Oh, that really I I I I really uh that award was an indication that I'm doing something right. Because I am a classical singer, I'm a soprano, but I love crossing over to other genres, and or fusing classical with pop or making it my own. So when I got that award, it's like maybe I'm doing something right.
That's not a maybe
Yeah.
anymore.
But I
Aw.
was wondering like what are your like what genres do you love like crossing over with like the most, or like what's a
Oh,
genre that you feel really like at home?
50% of me really, really loves jazz because my dad, he has been the conductor of the UP College of Music, UP Jazz Ensemble. It's a 30-piece jazz band where they play Duke Ellington, uh,
John
I don't know. Well,
Coltrane.
because yeah. When you were not, when we weren't born yet, these things. Well, even the Beatles, they have versions, but a big band jazz group. I grew up with that, and I sang with them for a long time. So that's where I think I get my pop voice. We call it your chest voice. Not necessarily beat it, but it's just like it's very different from being a soprano, and it's a different technique that you have to access.
Mm.
So
So would you
yeah,
say you learned a
that's
lot of
why.
improvisational skills from jazz? Like,
Oh
because
yeah,
jazz is very improvisational, right?
yes. Unlike classical is very technical, and if you don't follow the pieza or the piece, um, if I'm singing a Mozart piece and I'm not doing it on time, or if I do it laid back, he will rise from his grave. Yung mga ganon, like I feel like it's such a disgrace. But with jazz, you are encouraged to be more laid back, to be cool, and to have the liberty to be uh, your own uh, soulful self.
Yes.
So that's what I love about it so much, and it does not require um well, it still requires practice, but it does not require anything that technical. So that's
But
the
would you
best
say
of
like
both
you
worlds.
bring that energy in your concerts? Like when you what's this like you try to improvise a lot in like maybe your concerts or when you do live performances.
But definitely, that's what I love about doing having all these genres. You don't put out a per concert that is just purely classical or purely jazz. You have a bit of everything, a little bit of everything, and that energy that you're saying, Austin, is like um it after you sing something really high, and then you like take people to another journey, and it's like in the 30s, and then you sing an Ella Fitzgerald classic or a Frank Sinatra classic, and then you take them again somewhere. And I love how music um takes you to places you've never been in.
Yes.
I think that has been my goal since last year, since the pandemic started. Um, you take people to places. I mean, while they're at home, to places they like. I remember. I think Lara knows this for sure. That in a streaming platform last year, I had an Italian night, a French night, and a German night, and I would invite people from that country
Wow.
to join me in the stream. I would sing Italian songs, purely Italian songs, or purely songs. I mean, songs by Italian composers. So yeah, I think uh, basta my 2020 was whoop, like a a nice journey, you know.
It's really
Yes.
nice hearing like how you describe jazz and just like this place and taking people to these like different places through improvisation. It's very inspiring. Yeah.
And it's nice.
Oh,
And
thank
I
you,
like the
Maxine.
idea
Thank
that
you.
you chose to like let people travel without leaving their homes. Like that's a very unique concept.
You know, we have to keep ourselves, sane. And
Of course.
music really does its job when it comes to, making you feel like you're alive. And, that's something that I'm very lucky that I am able to do that for a lot of people who are, you know, stuck in their homes. And lahat tayo yun. Lahat tayo yun.
Yes. And you'll be doing more next month. But I think I should,
Mhm.
right? Let's talk about that in detail later. So, first, I wanted to ask about songwriting. So, where did you get your songwriting start?
Okay, I wrote my first song, I think I was 2020, because
20.
I think I had to experience first love, hurt, and had to go through a journey, and then I had to experience a lot of firsts.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wrote my first song, it was, of course, about love, and it was about uh, what was it about? Um, young love. Obviously, it was 20. And then what I did was for my second song, it was because had a crush. Oh my gosh, I had a
Oh.
crush. Then I wrote a song about unrequited love, and then I just decided to submit it to Philpop. And then fortunately, I got in the top 12, and it really opened so much doors for me. I met so many um, friends that are, well, I think will be my friends for life, like your dad, Max,
Yes.
Kuya Gino, like but Kuya Gino I've known before Phil Papa. He was my batchmate in Phil Pop 2015.
2015. Yeah.
So so at first, the in 2013 when I got in Phil Pop, I was it was like such a roller coaster because I was discovered by a network who gave me, who brought my song to teleserye. I mean, who made it their theme song. And then after that, I got into acting. On TV, I had a show, a musical show where
Wow.
I was a lead in. It all happened so fast, and but that's when I really realized, I think I am a songwriter. It only got confirmed when I got in again in 2015, because I didn't want to be like I'm a songwriter already just because I got it the first time. But when I got it the second time, I'm like, maybe this is a calling.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Thank you, Phil Pop.
All right, but we know that you do have songs that were written outside of Philpop. So I just wanted to know, does your process change when you're writing for contests and when you're writing for like, let's say yourself or for TV shows or movies or
Oh
for your own
yeah.
releases?
After the first Phil Pop, I was trained to be, you know, someone who would write a songwriter who would write for series, as I mean, like different kinds of series about I mean, that have different stories. And what they would do is they would give me the storyline, the plot, and then I would create a song from that, from what I have read. And unlike when I do uh, stuff for like personal stuff, Um, and it's usually all about love or unconditional love naman, like for like love for parent, love for this, love for God. Um, that's a different process. That's like it's always magic when it's something personal because you do not expect anything. You just
Mm.
let it flow. But if it's work, it's really like I have to know how to be, how to please a client also, of course.
Yes.
So it's a different process for both, but it's fun. Like all of those processes are fun for me, and I'm very grateful to be a songwriter.
So
Well,
on
I
that
was.
note,
Yeah.
you released
Kaya
No,
niyo
go.
yan.
No, no, go. Go,
Okay, so
Maxine.
on that note, you released a new song called Let God, and it has a very timely message for everyone, like especially right now, like about patience, wanting to be free from pain, and of course, trusting in God. So, what inspired you to write it, and or was there a specific moment that prompted you to write this?
Oh, it's so funny because I was in the shower when I wrote this,
Where the
and
best
that's
ideas are formed.
I know. Actually, I remember my first Phil Pop song. The chorus for that came. I mean, I was in the shower also, and what uh that our tatay Junji Marcelo, your guest before here, would
Yes.
as he would tell me, kaya pala fresh. Yung ganon siya. Like the melody line, he said
Yeah.
it was fresh. And then when I thought of Let God, Team Lara, I sang it to us in a stream with Team Lara in the audience area. Audience area. Um, they're like, take more showers. It's good for you. Like and Let God actually was just like a song that came out from I mean it was because of all the hurt I felt in 2020. I went through I think we
Mm.
all went through so much. But for me it was a different kinds of hurt. And Let God I wrote at the beginning of the year 2021. So and it's nice because when I released it, I never thought that there would be so many people who would message me about this is helping me. They're telling me that this has helped me a lot. This is my go-to song for my anxiety.
Oh.
I mean, I never thought that something so hurtful. I mean, would I could turn it to something beautiful or something that is very relevant and useful for a lot of people. So, hindi yun sinasadya. Yung ganun.
Yeah. Well, I really liked the song, and I really found it to be so
Thank you.
in line with with everything that kind of happened last year. I don't know, like I
And
guess
this year.
and this year too.
Yes.
It's kind of a continuation. Yeah. But I really felt that I don't know. There's sometimes like there's a lot of stuff happening, and sometimes you just gotta let God, take over.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I used to say that a lot. Let go, let God, because there are things that you really cannot control anymore, like this pandemic. And what you can control is how you choose to react and
Yes.
how you choose to experience it. And what else? I think so that's what music is for. That when you don't have words not to describe how you're feeling. The music is there to do it for you.
That's so
And
true.
that's really my goal as a songwriter is for people to use my song as for them to express themselves.
But yeah, it is really nice that like music really has that cathartic um aspect, but that really helps you get out these like maybe not so nice feelings. But
Yeah.
but on a lighter note, I also noticed that your song had a music video, and I was wondering with everything that's happening right now, how is the process like of like filming that?
I never
Especially
thought.
now.
Yeah, I never thought that and at a time like this, I would be able to come out with not just one but two music videos.
Yes, for today and for
And
Lapod.
yeah, I mean, I never thought because when pre-pandemic, there I really don't like hearing myself say pandemic and all. Like, 'cause it gets
Right.
tiring. But
The
wala, it's true.
keyword.
um, pre everything. I I wasn't even, shooting a music video was really difficult because we're also busy, and then I couldn't write actually because I was busy. But it is such a blessing that people also, I met people along the way who really helped me go about all these things, and let God. Okay, let me just make it an example. The arrangement by Tommy Katigbak, that was a gift to me. Actually, I didn't really, because it's really hard to nowadays, of course, to keep spending for music, for your music to and then the return is, I mean, financially it's not, it's not sure. But it was a gift by Tommy Katigbak, just beautiful arrangement. And even the music video was, I was offered, like, I was like, Lara, can we do this like a passion project? So everything was just, I never, I guess, blessing just come your way when you're just sincere about
Yes.
why you're doing this, and when you know, and and you're just focused on that. So yeah, I can't believe I have two music videos and a
Amazing.
concert. I
Yes.
mean, and that I asked Max if we could mention it today. Um,
Yes, of course. Actually, we can start talking about it right now. So, you have your concert planned for June 25 as one way to celebrate your birthday. So, advance happy birthday, by the way, since
Yay!
Happy
Thank
that's
birthday.
very
Advance happy
you.
soon.
birthday.
Thank you so
So,
much.
tell
Thank
us a
you.
little about your concert plans. And I also saw that you described it as a concert on the beach. So, as a person who super, super misses the beach, I'm very curious about that.
Okay, so well, how to explain this? So it's okay, this concert that's happening on June 25. It's an online concert. A lot of people can
Mhm.
think it's still like face to face, and or like it's just like before. But now we're all delving into um online concerts, and you go to a specific website like ktx.ph to purchase your
Yes.
ticket and to watch the concert there. You will be given a link. I really have to explain this because apparently a lot of people still think that I wish, their reply to me would be like, I wish I was in the Philippines and I would be able to watch your concert. But it's online, so wherever you are in the world, you can watch it. And it's a beach in Zambales. And if you watched my music video today, it's the same location. So the only way to find out is to watch the concert on June
Of
25.
course.
And it's I guarantee you, it's like what Austin said. It's different energies for every song, because from classical to Broadway to jazz standards. And my guest is Mr. Gian Magdangal, who will be um, singing with me a Broadway song, but at the same time there's a pop version of this other
Nice.
famous song. So I won't tell you the songs because I just want you to go to ktx.ph right now and purchase a ticket only at 850. You can watch already with your whole family at home, and let me bring you that music, bring you everywhere. Kasi it's not just, it even has a Disney repertoire. So please do please do go to ktx.ph now.
Exciting.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll be sure
we'll
to check that
definitely
out.
be there.
I
Yeah.
was wondering when does this concert happen, and like what time is it gonna happen, so our
Oh,
audience can know.
The
yes.
technicals. But I think there's a poster on the screen right now.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's Lara Queen of the Night. Why Queen of the Night? Because it is the one of the most famous opera arias that I sing by Mozart, and it's the most requested aria actually that I from my repertoire. And it will be on June 25 at 8 p.m. PH time. So, but wherever you are in the world, you can watch it as long as it's 8 p.m. in the Philippines. I think you have until 11 p.m. to view the concert. And what else? My special guest again is Mr. Gian Magdangal, and tickets are at 850, and you can purchase them on ktx.ph. So it's produced by my management, Alcacid Timor 18. So I hope to see you there.
All right.
It was
You'll be
really
seeing us through the
fun.
screen. It's going to be fun.
Yay.
I remember when I was younger, we watched like a show you were in, and you really did like all the types of performances. Like there was classical, and I remember you singing Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh, yes, I
I
think this was Gary V Presents.
yes, this
Yes,
was.
yes.
What
Oh
So
song did
yeah,
you do?
your dad, because we were doing a medley, Austin, and then Maxine's dad, Kuya Gino, he was like, the first time I heard Lara sing, something like that, do that famous Michael Jackson. And but yeah, although I'm going to do one Michael Jackson song in this
oh
concert, so
wow.
you better watch out for it. So quite interesting.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So before we go, I just wanted to ask about the other things you do. So a while ago, you mentioned that after Philpop, you got an opportunity to act. And then I know that there was something that you were even nominated for Outstanding Breakthrough Artist for. So can you tell us about your early days in acting and how the transition was from singing?
Um, so actually, when you're singing on stage, it's a combination of singing and acting as well, because you're telling stories through songs. But at the same time, before going through TV, before going to TV, I've already done a little bit of theater. So it's still different, but I loved it. I love TV so much because um your emotions, I mean, like, your movements aren't that big as theater. Theater is really a different banana. But I love both. The Going through acting was something that I really want to explore more pa nga now. I feel like, sometimes
Yes.
during 2020, we're all like, what do I want to do when this, when this is all over? I think I wanna act more. I um because I've focused on my music already for so long, and I really want to be a better actress, because it will help me in really in even in with my music. And I want to do more theater. I think because I really because pre all these all this pre-pandemic pre-pandemic, I I I've really focused on performing around the world. I really focused on traveling, which I never regret. So
Of
now that
course.
I'm turning 30 in June, I'm like, I wanna access everything. I wanna use everything that I've gone through now, like, to into acting, into music, into everything that I wanna do with my life.
I think that
Oh,
there's so
Yeah.
many like avenues and ventures you really want to accomplish. and I feel like you have like the means given everything you've already accomplished. And I was also wondering, like, so when it comes
Oh.
to theater, do you have that do you feel like there's a difference between like, well, you know, with theater there's a lot of things that can be that are happening, like you have to say your lines in front of the audience. So like
Mm-hmm.
have would you say like that part would be challenging for you, or do you think like it's so like because of all your training as like a performer, stage performer, you like have all this? What's this? You feel like it's
Um,
so easy for you now?
um, it's never easy, but that's where practice really comes in. And with theater, you don't think about the lines anymore when you do it every day, when you rehearse every day. The
Yeah.
difficult thing about theater for me before though was the time that you have to put in it, which is, of course you have to rehearse every time, but I was missing kasi my performances um abroad also, so I really had to focus on that. But given the chance, I it's fun for me. That's why I don't find it as difficult, Austin. Like I find it challenging, yes, but it's the nice kind of challenging. It's the type that I really like. And memorizing lines, so that's secondary na when you're
Yeah.
doing every day, when you're rehearsing every day. And it's just you treat everything. I treat everything in my life as like singing. You prepare for it. You always prepare for it, whether it's in theater, on acting on stage, or just hosting, or
Yes.
acting on TV. You just really have to prepare for it. Yeah,
For
and have all the
sure.
means to. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So.
So, moving on to Chef Rano, Lara, what is the best dish you've made so far?
The best dish I've made so far maybe are the simplest ones. I think because I'm the chefrano kids kasi. It's some people don't understand it, but it's like I'm not a real chef, okay? That's the dream. That's the dream to really study. But being as for professional soprano and a wannabe chef is like chefrano. And then I just started posting online on Instagram, and people started to ask for the recipes. And I think the best dish that I have made are the ones that require only a few ingredients. There's a lot to mention. I'm not saying they're all like, yeah, they're the best. But
Yeah.
I mean, basing on my family's reaction and how how there's always nothing left on the table, um, I think it would be like something that I wanna impart, like I wanna share to a lot of people, especially that we're all at home. I want to share my recipes, the simplest, like when Sophie was talking about cookies, I came up with like a 6 ingredient cookie that you can just bake in the toaster
Oh,
oven,
wow.
or and I'm gonna announce it for the first time here,
Cool.
Austin and Max, that the Chefrano is moving on to because people had been asking for my recipes. So in June, it's a very, very special month for me because aside from the concert and aside from my birthday, we will be launching my website, laramaigue.com. It was
Yay.
a gift from from Team Lara, actually. Thank you, Team Lara, so much. And then I decided to put Chefrano there. There's a Chefrano section where you will be able to experience you'll be able to check out my recipes. And there is also, because I love wine, there will be a wine and music pairing for every dish that I will be sharing there. So it's still very much musical, but it really is my love for music that brought me to cooking. I love food so much. Very passionate about all these things. So why not put them and put them out like that, and make people experience music differently also.
Of course.
you see my passion for music. Talagang parang feeling ko.
We see your
Yeah,
passion for everything, actually, for everything you do. Like,
it is.
nothing you do half-heartedly.
Oh,
It's
thank you,
actually
thank
really
you.
inspiring seeing like how much like you love doing all these things, and when you do it, you actually like accomplish so much. It's very inspiring.
Well, thank you very much. I think that's only possible because of people around that I surround myself with also, even virtually. And yeah, I mean, I commend you guys for doing this, and you never stop with your radio show. And
Thank you.
Thank
thank you
you.
guys. Thank you so much. Have you graduated now?
No, not yet.
No.
You
Not yet.
got this.
Heading into thesis. So,
Wow! Good
What a
luck.
way to end school, no? Like just being here for the last few years.
At home.
Yeah, so
Oh my
right?
gosh.
nice.
There's just so many things we miss about being on site, but that would actually take us like another hour or two to talk about.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So, speaking of content from you, apart from this website, you also have a YouTube channel, and like one of your videos pa was singing into the unknown 4 times higher. So, can we expect more content like this or different types of content on your YouTube channel?
For now, it's mostly singing, and uh by the way, that Into the Unknown 4 times higher, it's because I was adjusting it to my range as a soprano, because I cannot do the Idina Menzel range with my chest
Oh,
voice.
yes.
So I really tried to make things easy. I mean, not easier for me, but like more for my range. And I'm trying to always access those high notes because I don't want to lose them.
Of course,
And
of course.
more content, like more content aside from music. After I launch the website on June 7 on my birthday, um, I'll be sharing videos there of all my recipes. So bit by bit, I you will expect that, because people are asking for videos now of, I have to still learn TikTok because I seriously am behind.
Yeah, that's where everything seems to be nowadays, because I think like the videos are like really short, and then like you kind of just black hole in it.
Yeah, my best friend was telling me nga na parang I spent so many hours just watching about this keyboard, mechanical keyboard that's also now. I don't know, but you can, I don't know, but I have to habol.
It's a realm to venture into.
It is a new
So,
Okay.
realm.
yes. So before we go, what's one random thing you learned from performing that actually ended up becoming life advice?
What the nice question. But wait, can you repeat the question, Max?
So, what's a random thing you learned from performing that actually became life advice?
um, this is like, well, it's really all about being healthy and fit. When you're a performer, it's you want them to have the full experience. You want to look good, you want to sound good, you want to talk well, you want to give that full experience because it's a very visual thing also. So uh, I really want to maintain my um I want to maintain my size because it's really, this is a life like hack or so, because my gowns are, they're not super expensive, but they're not cheap, so you want to fit in them for a long time. So to be able to make tipid, you have to be in the same size for a long time. And that can only be possible when you're healthy and you're fit. And it also, your career is gonna be longer when you are also healthy and fit. And you will, I think you will age well when you are conscious about that. So maybe that is something random, but for me, like, it's the only thing I could think about because it really touches everything from your look as a performer to your actual, like, your life, your career is based on how you are physically. I mean, you have to be physically healthy, and also you want to be tipid in life. That's why you don't want to keep on changing your size. And you want to, tipid with food also sometimes. Don't be, spend beyond your means, and or excessively eat. But I love food, so.
For sure. Yes, we see that. All right. So it's past 6 o'clock already. Time really flew by today. It was a nice chat.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Before we say goodbye to our guest and to everyone in the audience, please allow us to thank a few people first. So this has been New Wave.
Yes, and thank you to James for always handling our broadcast, and of course to Sir Justin for always having our backs.
Thank you once again to our audience for joining us today and for being lively throughout the hour. We look forward to seeing you all next time. So please, if you can, join us on our next episode, which is next Wednesday, June 2, with Direct Dan Villegas, who is an Ateneo alumni and is behind the movies English Only Please, Always Be My Maybe, Hintayin ng Langit, and many more.
So don't forget to miss out. Don't
miss out.
Don't miss out. Sorry. And follow us on Instagram at newwave.rk to stay updated. And catch us on the replay on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM's Facebook page, YouTube, and Periscope. All of which go by at radyo-katipunan. Don't miss out, guys.
Yes. Thank you for clearing that up. Most of all, thank you to our wonderful guest, Ate Lara. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us and for spending your afternoon with us. We wish
Thank you, Max and Austin.
We wish you a lot of luck for your upcoming concert and your website. So is there any last thing you want to tell the audience? Any last invitation and reminder?
Just let go and let God, and stream and on Spotify also. To stream today and let God, and I hope that you stay safe. Please stay safe, and Austin and Max, you good luck with your thesis, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us again on the show. Once again, this has been your midweek gang who's always ready to hang. I'm Austin.
I'm Max, and this has been New Wave. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there.